Today I'm watching Angel, Season 2, Episode 19. We're getting close to the end of the second season. Wolfram and Hart are still involved. We saw Lila's now been promoted. Lindsay has left town. Kate's left. Darla's still out there somewhere. Cordelia is starting to be more and more affected by these visions. Mentally, physically, they're definitely starting to take a toll on her. I'm curious to see how this season is going to come to an end. We've had Wolfram and Hart as our rivals for the first two seasons, whether we'll get a new villain for the third season, what that looks like. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content.
Open and everyone could stare at you and
I was like, is he at a different table? But obviously he wouldn't have a reflection, so nobody would see him.
I like the people. Normal people. I want to get out and be one of them, you know, celebrate Cordy's good news.
It's just a commercial.
Oh, nice. You booked a commercial? Nice.
Touched. But don't worry. I can't leave you guys while I'm still the proud owner of the mind-shattering, ever more debilitating visions.
Yeah, unfortunately she's stuck with him because of that.
It's delicious, but that's not what I feel guilty about.
Oh. I'm not cheap. I'm just old.
He's like, what do things cost? I have no idea. How much could a bandit cost? Like $10?
Feeding grounds where we manly men will gather around and kill it to death.
Ooh, sounds like fun.
Angel, he's so awkward. He just wants to be included.
Stop you.
Oh no, more wine for me. That imported stuff goes right to your head.
You think we should get a flamethrower for the Heckler?
Always get a flamethrower. 100% on board.
Isn't this interesting?
What? My shawl?
No, your Bohemian battle shroud woven from the skin of dead children.
What's he doing?
Oh my god, that's graphic.
From France. We're so sorry. So sorry.
Pardon.
I was like, do we get to hear Angel in a French accent? Yeah.
Not anymore.
Oh, God.
What is it? What do you see?
Moo? Some sort of cow monster?
That's not a thing. Oh god, good night. Oh, yeah, maybe don't go back there.
Right. You too. Hello, Father. Happy birthday.
Wesley doesn't like his dad. Okay.
I have news. I've been put in charge of our group. Yes, as their leader.
He's just so proud, wants to tell his parents. Aww.
These things. No, I certainly won't be fired.
Not the response he was hoping for, obviously.
Well, yes. I was that one time, yes. Again.
Of course, they only focus on the negative. Yeah. Oh, poor Wesley's trying.
How is he?
Well, it's his birthday.
Nice.
He sends his greetings to everyone in Tinseltown.
I'm curious if we'll ever meet Wesley's dad. Oh, they're on a film set? Okay, yeah, Cordelia's commercial. We hadn't seen her talk about her acting in a while. Obviously, with everything going on with Angel and Wolfram and Hart, it kind of got pushed to the back burner, so it's interesting to see it come back again. And I think it's so interesting in terms of TVs and movies where they incorporate what's going on behind the scenes, in front of the camera. Oh, the beach on a sunny day. This is as close as he'll ever get, probably. And he's just like, yes, trying to enjoy the fake sun. Oh, my heart.
Excuse me?
What's wrong? You don't speak English? The wardrobe. I need to see it. Lose the robe, princess.
Oh, this guy sucks. Don't like him already. I don't know why Cordelia's putting up with him. Oh, my gosh.
Billy, get security.
Angel.
Who the hell do you think you are, huh?
I think I'm the director, and I think you're real smart.
No shortage of ego on this one.
I know he won't, because security's gonna toss his ass in about 2 minutes. Now get into makeup and hope they can work miracles.
I'm excited for her to have this opportunity, but that guy sucks.
I mean, it's a funny story. According to my informant, liver-eating hecklers have different feeding grounds than people eaters, and I have to know which kind it was so I can track it down.
Cordelia's like, we could 100% talk about this later.
I hate my whole life.
Oh, and now she has to think about a demon ripping out somebody or something's liver. Yikes.
The Heckler, descended from the cleansing order of demons, can weigh as much as 3 tons as an adult male.
Oh, that's terrifying. Jesus.
You want my ride? It's still tricked out for Dustin, ain't it? Well, yeah, but
We want to go in with everything we got.
Gunn's like, you didn't invite me.
Heckler's living on the North Shore of Lake Hollywood. We better hurry. They got a 5K race starting there in a half an hour.
Consider yourself paged.
Yeah, he wants to go with them, and I think he's a little hurt they only showed up asking for his truck.
You guys at base camp, we'll head out together.
Yeah, whatever, G. What's wrong, Mom?
And that they put this whole plan together without him. He's like used to being, you know, in charge and offering the suggestions, and they did everything on their own.
He's also got her wearing this flimsy swimsuit that covers, like, nothing.
Does Angel have a crush on Cordelia? He was standing up for her, and I thought he was just trying to be a nice friend, but maybe there's other thoughts happening.
Appalling.
Is that a portal opening behind him? What's happening? Oh my god! Just as he hits the high notes. Cheese and rice, what are we doing now? I'm guessing that's the Heckler demon they were referring to. Ew. Oh my god, terrifying! I love, like, the makeup, special effects, everything looks so cool. And, like, the detail that goes into it, amazing.
I didn't hire you to play Ophelia. Show the cleavage, say the line. Got it? Or do you want to waste more of our time?
I feel bad for Cordelia. She was so excited about this part, and this guy's treating her like worse than dirt, and she definitely doesn't stand for that in her regular life, and I feel bad that she thinks she has to put up with it here.
Not the Heckler, the power walkers. I mean, walking I get, but power walking? Why not just run for a shorter time?
That's their, like, demon, you know, ability is they power walk. It's so bizarre.
Kill this Draken. And this part I can't stress enough. Kill it. You must.
Where is it?
No idea.
Not helpful.
But I imagine it's getting pretty hungry by now.
I don't like when they do that, and then it leads to a segue of something horrible happening. Oh my god, teeth on the outside of his mouth. No, thank you. Ah! Oh my god, those are some juicy sounds. Ugh! I'm just seeing it in a shadow. Ew, gross. Run!
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your toes, Wesley.
Angel's just used to being the leader and used to being the boss, so yeah, it's a habit. Is she getting sucked into another portal? Oh my god. I don't like where this is going. Oh no, what's everybody? Maybe a vampire? Oh, one of his friends. Oh no, and he was gonna be there. Oh no.
Did they make him drink?
We don't know.
Yeah, is he gonna turn into a vampire now? That's the next question.
Fred disappeared 5 years ago.
Oh no.
Police said if she didn't show up in the first week, well,
Yeah, that was her from the vision.
a while ago.
This is her.
Can you tell us anything about her?
She worked here in the library with me.
I'm guessing she got sucked into the portal.
This is the book that Fred was holding in my vision.
What?
That's not a real word. In any language.
Date she disappeared.
Curve de bleu plus.
It's best not to read ancient languages from a giant book you don't know. Just from movies I've seen.
Yeah, Pat, I'd like to buy a vowel.
What did I just say? Yep, you've just opened the portal. Oh, man.
Green.
Huh?
Right. Lorne Green. Bonanza?
Nope, not this audience. Nope. I haven't seen it.
Deathwalk clan thing again. Does that mean that the two of you are...
Cousins.
Your cousin.
Your vanishing was a great mystery to our clan.
He escaped through a portal? Okay, go on.
Does she?
She rips your images into tiny pieces, feeds them to the swine, butchers the pigs, and has their remains scattered for the dogs.
Well, that's graphic and unpleasant.
I really don't want to hear about our little family issues.
Sure we do.
Yes. Let's hear about the cowardice and shame.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know much about Lauren's backstory.
Find it first.
I can track the Draken for you.
You can.
Wherever it roams, it leaves behind waves of hostility.
And you can read these.
Very interesting. Waves of hostility. And Gunn lost his sister and now his friend. Oh, that's such a heartbreaking.
No one ever admits to having actual feelings and emotions, let alone talks about them. Can you imagine living in a place like that?
Angel's like, that sounds amazing. How do I get there?
Chatting up the senoritas, gathering a little love.
Your cowardice even extended to the sacred joust.
For the last time.
Is that what they call it? Oh my.
Joust. How are you supposed to joust someone when you partially agree with their point of view?
The Draken.
Angel's like, why are you asking me?
You're hurt.
Fetch my sword.
You've been poisoned.
There is time to die after the Draken is slain.
A time to die later. He's gonna schedule it. Oh no. This is a very cool set. Very flammable as well. But yeah, cool to have these different levels, all these pallets stacked up. And we get this POV from the Draken.
Want food? I can be food. Pretty tasty here.
That's an interesting way to introduce himself.
I'm gonna get you out of here.
Don't be scared.
Oh no! Oh god! Oh! Oh my god! Oh, the teeth! Get him with the flare! Oh, right in the mouth! Oh, taste that! You just ate it! Oh. Come on, Angel, give him the chops! Oh, nice one! Cheese and rice right through the neck.
I can't. I just am. Don't ask me how I know. I just know.
Yeah, if they can open another portal and send him back, then he can, you know, get the antidote that he needs. But that's dangerous business, yeah, opening portals. I feel so bad for Gunn. I'm sure he blames himself for not being there and being out with the other guys, and yeah, that's so tough to watch.
You must be a great and noble warrior.
Well, you know, I'll try.
Angel's like, who, me?
Myself into the sacrificial canyons of Trelinsk.
I feel we will meet again someday.
Oh God, I hope not.
Yeah, where's that leading?
Strip the oxen, lift from.
Is he gonna take the book with him? I'm worried about that. Oh, no, swoop, right out of the portal again. Bye.
Forget this ever happened.
I'm down with that. Wesley? Fine with me.
Where's Cordelia? I'm sorry, what? No, no, no. Why did she get sucked in with it?
Cordy.
How did that happen? Oh, come on, seriously? They said it was a land of just champions running around killing each other. Ah, frick, seriously? Two sons? I don't know. Is she gonna get visions here? So many questions. Oh, God. Yeah, to say the least. Oh my gosh. So that was my first time watching Angel Season 2, Episode 19. I really enjoyed the episode. I wasn't sure where we were going to go. We didn't have Wolfram and Hart involved at all. Darla obviously wasn't mentioned, so I was curious to see where we were going to go, especially as we get towards the end of this season. But I really enjoyed this episode. I thought they did a good job of giving each character its own little piece of the, you know, pie, if it were, in the show. Everybody kind of had their moment, so it was definitely interesting to learn more about Lorne's backstory. We don't really know much about his character, so I'm glad we got to learn more. About his backstory, and we obviously meet his cousin as well, and it sounds like he left a place that he didn't really feel like he fit in and came to LA. I don't know if that's where he wanted to go or if that's just kind of where he ended up. I don't know how the portals work. We know you can travel, you know, back and forth between them, but if he was able to pick a destination, I have no idea, but I feel like he clearly went willingly. And I don't think he has any intention of going back. And even when his cousin's like, hey, your mom's been looking for you. You know, we thought you sacrificed yourself, you know, at this place. He's like, yeah, tell her that lie. You know, she can think that if she wants. He doesn't want to have any contact with them, obviously. He said it's a place where there's no real appreciation for music or art or, you know, even like human emotions, which I think Angel was a little bit like, where's this place again? Like, I think that's something he might be interested in, but obviously not Lorne's style or his personality at all. So yeah, it was interesting to learn more about him for sure. And the way his cousin kept referring to him, you know, by his full name or his name in this previous dimension, and the way they were like interacting with each other was interesting. And Lorne wasn't exactly like welcoming. When Lorne's cousin came through the portal, I was like, he definitely looks like Lorne. I thought maybe he was, you know, an ancient ancestor, which of course turns out to be true. And Lorne's face immediately drops. He's kind of like, okay, let's not talk about this. Like, he's trying to make up distractions for everybody. Like, are you hungry? Let's get out of here. Like, he doesn't want to explore this at all. And obviously everybody else is very interested to find out more about his character. So I think that's super interesting. Lorne's been in most of the second season, so it's been great to finally learn more about his backstory. Cordelia obviously had her commercial in this, and it was tough to watch because she was so excited to be in part of this commercial and was going out celebrating with her friends, you know, having dinner, and then to show up on set and be treated, you know, less than dirt basically, and to have this horrible director saying very, very rude things to her, and just to see her kind of let that happen. I feel like she thinks that that's part of the job and she wants to have a career in this industry, and she definitely doesn't let anybody else talk to her that way. Like Angel was saying, like, she doesn't take crap from anybody, and then she let this director basically treat her that way. And even when we see her back at the hotel, she's like, oh, I embarrassed myself. Like, I think she feels ashamed of what happened and the fact that she wanted to be appreciated for her talents as an actress, and I don't know that that's what this was about, and she realizes that and is a little sad that that's the options that she's been getting and hasn't been, you know, big acting parts like she really wants. We know she was in some plays before, so I think she really wants to explore that acting range and, you know, obviously be in as many parts as possible right now when she's starting out. And it was just heartbreaking to see her because she hasn't really mentioned, you know, acting in a long time. Obviously everything with Wolfram and Hart and Angel, she's been focused on that, and, you know, Angel letting them go and then coming back, so there's been a lot going on, but it was interesting to see it come back into play, and obviously not the results she wanted. So I don't know if she's going to continue acting, what that looks like, what happens when the commercial comes out, and to have Angel on set as well, you know, standing in the fake beach scene with the fake sun, and he was just so happy and got to live that moment, you know, through the magic of Hollywood basically, because we all know he can't go out in the sun on a beach. And him trying to stand up for Cordelia, and when he's explaining it to Gunn and Wesley later, I was like, does he have a crush on Cordelia? Like, he sounded a little bit more than defensive like a friend would. He sounded a little bit jealous. I was like, okay, where is this going? And he's trying to stand up for her because obviously they have their moments this season as well where they fell out of being friends, and now I think he was more worried that if he doesn't say something, Cordelia's going to, you know, stop being friends with him again. So he stands up for her, and then she tells him like, hey, leave me alone basically. But in the end, I think she was glad he did, and like I said, she was just more embarrassed herself that she was in that situation. Wesley calls his dad, and from previous episodes we know that Wesley and his dad don't get along, and that his dad was very domineering and negative and has not been a positive influence in Wesley's life. And we only hear one side of the conversation, but given Wesley's responses to the things I would assume his dad would say, it did not go well. And, you know, Wesley's calling to say happy birthday, and he's excited to tell his dad he's got this news about, you know, him being the boss of this company now, and his dad just brings up negative things that have happened in the past and kind of puts that doubt back in Wesley's mind that I think we see play out through this episode, as well as Angel kind of steps back into that leadership role, and Wesley's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be the leader. But I think his dad's voice got in his head a little bit, and he was doubting himself and wasn't sure about things, and he's like, we don't have a plan. And I don't know if we would ever meet Wesley's dad, the character in the show, but it was definitely interesting to see him reach out like that. And, you know, he's trying to do his best, and he's trying to just get his parents' approval and, you know, let them know how he's doing, and he wants them so badly to be proud of him. And I don't think how that conversation went at all. We started off with them trying to track down this Heckler demon. I thought, okay, that's the direction we're going. And then this other thing shows up through the portal, and just a really interesting episode. And I love all the makeup, special effects, prosthetics. I definitely feel like that's all done practically. The Draken demon was a guy in a suit, but it still looked really cool and terrifying, and his teeth coming out of his mouth, just horrific, and having him unalive somebody, but us only get to seeing it in shadow to avoid a gruesome scene probably, and just him going through this set with all the pallets and everything, and him, climbing up, and them tracking him and trying to look for him, and Wesley, having that flare as a light. Unfortunately, Gunn lost one of his friends in this episode as he was unalived by a vampire, and then they burned him so that he wouldn't become a vampire. They didn't know if the vampire made him drink, which would turn him, but they're obviously not going to stick around to find out. So it was just such a tough scene because we know Gunn's relationship with his sister, how that went when she became a vampire. So I feel like this is just another, memory of losing somebody that's close to him, and I feel like it's just reminding him of all the reasons why he started doing this in the first place and how much he hates vampires, and the fact that he wasn't there with his friend because he was out with, Wesley and Cordelia and Angel. I feel like he might hold that against them just out of anger, even though it's not their fault that anything happened, but I feel like he's going to be putting the blame somewhere, and I think he also definitely blames himself, and, saying like, hey, I told you guys to wait, and his friend's like, we've been waiting for months, like, you haven't been around. When we met Gunn, he was, helping out with this group, and he left the group to work more with Angel and Wesley and Cordelia. So they're like, you've been gone, like, we've been figuring things out on our own. And even when they show up, just to ask him for the truck, he thought they would need him more. He was, excited to see his friends, obviously, and then to find out, oh, you've already done everything, you don't actually need me, I'm just the guy with the truck now, so you're gonna take the truck and go out and do your own thing. Like I said, I feel like everybody got their little piece. We had Wesley, Cordelia, Lorne, Gunn. Everybody in this episode kind of had their own storyline, which isn't necessarily the case because obviously there's only so many minutes in the episode and so many characters you can focus on. But I think they did a really good job of including everybody. And it's interesting that Angel isn't included in that list. Like, he was obviously there, but we didn't really have a huge story arc for his character. We didn't really learn anything more about his character in this episode, other than, that moment where he's in the sun, and there are some comedic elements where he's, pretending to be French at the restaurant because he thinks that woman's scarf, is something else, and him being, obsessed with how expensive Cordelia's appetizer was. I love sci-fi, so I was very excited to see these portals, whatever that means, and how these things were coming from the different dimensions and what that would look like. And both these portals kind of showed up, in a similar time. So I was like, is there more opening we just haven't seen yet? And we know from a Buffy episode as well, there was a portal in LA. So it's interesting how it's kind of all in the same area. And obviously at the end, when we see Lauren's cousin, they're trying to send him off. They're trying to do the right thing and send him back so he can get the help that he needs from this attack with the demon. And then Cordelia gets sucked into. I'm not sure how that happened. She was nowhere near the portal, no idea, and she is now in this other dimension and by herself, obviously. And it's not a dimension where technology exists. From what Lauren's cousin was saying, it's just everybody out killing each other. There's no, feelings or art or music. It's just chaos. So I'm very worried to find out what that looks like, how she's going to get help. I'm assuming everybody is going to have to travel to that dimension to try and bring her back somehow. Wesley said he was going to try and decipher that book that they found at the library, but Cordelia definitely felt a connection to this portal and was like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just know it's going to work. And whether that was foreshadowing for her going through the portal as well. But Lauren's cousin isn't even anywhere to be found on the other side. So whether he took off, I don't know. But she's definitely there by herself. So it's not even like she has that guy, to protect her. Maybe he'll be in the next episode. I'm not too sure. But he's also injured. So yeah, I'm definitely worried for Cordelia being in this place by herself. And what that looks like, I'm assuming that's what the next episode will be, because it wasn't a to be continued episode, but obviously when you end an episode like that, I feel like you have to pick up the next episode continuing that story. I hope so. I hope they don't, have 2 filler episodes and then get back to it. Maybe Cordelia will be able to find Winifred, this librarian who's been missing for 5 years. That's how this whole thing started, with her vision in the library. So maybe she'll be able to actually look for her. But it also doesn't sound like you can pick where you go with these portals. So I'm curious to see how that's going to work. Or maybe just for the sake of television, they're just going to assume they will end up in the same place. I'm also worried what happens if Cordelia has a vision while she's in this other dimension, because obviously no one else is there to help her. Not that Cordelia can't, defend herself, but still, it sounds like a very scary place to be. So I'm very curious to see where the next episode's going to be. But overall, I thought it was a really good episode. The season's been good so far, so I'm curious to see as we get closer to the end of the season what's going to happen. Hopefully they're able to rescue Cordelia in the next episode. So thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Always get a flamethrower. 100% on board. Oh, the beach on a sunny day. Yeah, he wants to go with them, and I think he's a little hurt they only showed up asking for his truck. I'm guessing she got sucked into the portal. That's not a real word. In any language. 2 suns? Yeah, is he gonna turn into a vampire now? That's the next question. A demon ripping out somebody or something's liver.